Massive thanks to the mad lads and ladies supporting the channel. The doggos say thanks. Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter Portable Third, and today I wanted to talk about why I'm so personal with my videos. Now, I think that needs a little bit of explaining on what I mean when I say personal. So, for those of you who maybe see my channel for the first time with this video, I actually reveal a lot about my personal life. Obviously, I try to avoid names and locations and, just anything that could effectively dox me, for lack of a better term. But when it comes to my channel itself, I kind of want to be personal, I guess, with my audience. And the reason I want to be personal is because I want to be seen as a genuine person. And when it comes to being a genuine person, I don't think you have to be personal, but I think it does help to establish, or at least show everyone else that, yeah, I'm not going to try to pull the wool over anyone's eyes or, I don't know, just try to be a fake person. Pretty much what you see is what you get. How I talk here, how I talk in my streams. That's pretty much how it's going to be almost all the time. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions. I'm going to be a lot more professional whenever I do like a tech review, which I plan on doing my first here in a few weeks. But when it just comes to being a content creator in general, I want to be very personal with my audience. I know that when it comes to being a content creator and being online, there is the risk of developing a parasocial relationship, and obviously that's something I want to avoid. If I feel like somebody's getting a bit too, for lack of a better term, attached to me, if it feels like they're sacrificing, making friends in their own real life versus watching me, obviously I would, I'll call that out to them. I'll tell them, hey, I'm worried about this, this, and this, and I'll let them know that I would much rather them, and to anybody in general. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to take the place of any genuine friendships in their real life. At the end of the day, I do want to be seen as somebody who can entertain someone and occasionally provide some good life advice. Like, not giving up or moving on from just dealing with struggles and everything else in general. And try to be an inspiration for other people as well. But when it comes to just, on a personal level, I think that what I want is to have people see me for who I really am, even if there are some aspects they don't like. Obviously, I'm capable of doing things like providing a bad hot take and, bothering some people, and I'm fine with that. There's obviously going to be disagreements, and obviously not everything's going to be, peachy and everything else. But what I do want to make clear is that I don't ever want somebody to see me as, well, fake. I don't want to try to push a message or a narrative for the sake of impressing somebody for like a sponsorship or trying to appeal to certain content creators or another. Now, obviously, there's a certain level of professionalism that I lack and that should be there that even I don't have. But I also think that as long as I don't let it get so personal that it becomes, I guess uncomfortable for people, as long as I don't try to get up in the weeds of how personal I'm trying to be. As long as I'm just like trying to be a relatable guy, I guess, and provide some genuine advice and share my own stories without trying to get into the nitty gritty and the uncomfortable details about certain aspects. And obviously, as long as I don't try to take the place in people's lives for like genuine friendships and relationships with friends, with family, with everything else, then that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to avoid doing that. But I'm also trying to be there as somebody who can provide entertainment, but who can also be a bit more interpersonal with their community. Because I think when it does come to being a content creator and just, being an entertainer in general, I think there is a place for people who want to be a bit more involved with their audience. Obviously, I want to do things like community events and actually meet up with these people. Eventually, I'd like to employ my mods. I would like to have like people who are in the community for a while. I'd like to be able to do meetups with them and just people in general. Obviously, I do want to do things like going city to city, doing just, what was it, relief work, charity work, whatever else, just because that's something I genuinely want to do. It's something that would make me happy. So because of that, I really just want to try to show myself as somebody who's willing to be a bit more personal with the audience because I feel like that would develop a better connection. There are some people, I guess myself included, who do prefer hanging out with content creator or just being around content creators or watching content creator stuff if they know they're not like putting on a show or being, for lack of a better term, corporate. And I guess that's really what it revolves around. Seeing, everybody being so corporate, getting bought out and everything else. Obviously, seeing someone like Linus Tech Tips go from just a guy in his garage turning into this giant corporate entity where, I don't know, there is some of that personality still there, but for me, it does feel like he's constantly stepping on eggshells and watching what he says because he's trying not to upset the audience. And I guess, for lack of a better term, I want to be like, I don't know, I guess Jay Schlatt or, I don't know, Doug, where it's like, yeah, just say whatever, be a little gremlin. If the audience, like, there's some gremlins in the, in the audience, that's fine. If things are really unprofessional sometimes, that's fine. But at the same time, obviously I don't want people like going wild, just being rude, being, just horrible people, or just trying to cause trouble for the sake of causing trouble. But being able to just start up a stream or make a video and knowing there's an audience there where it's like, they know this is me and this is what I'm always going to be. And they just be themselves and I don't have to worry about them wondering like, oh, can I say this? Can I worry about this? I want it to be very surface level and very simple on what the rules are and what the interaction is like. Like, this is me, and this is how I always am, and this is how I always will be. And if, obviously people don't like that, then there are going to be people that don't appreciate that. There'll be people who's like, yeah, I want it to be not so casual, and I want it to be more of a focus on the entertainment than like the community aspect or whatever. That's understandable as well. But at the same time, I also want it to be like, people can come in and they can think, well, the way I acted yesterday and the way I acted 5 years ago, 10 years ago, is the same exact way I can act today because I don't really want to change any aspects of myself in that sense where it can feel, I don't know, uncomfortable for other people who may have been here from the start. I don't want people to have to wonder, oh, is he going to have to avoid saying some things or be forced to say other things so he can protect corporate interests or, I don't know, worry about his money or something? I don't know. Like his brand image. And that's and that's one of the reasons, again, that's another reason why I wanted to really try to focus on getting most of my income from the community through something like Patreon or be it YouTube members. Because I don't want to change for an entity. I don't want to change for a business, for a corporation, for a company, or whatever else. I want to just be me, and I want to be comfortably me and comfortable as me. And the community that's there, I want them to be able to know that they can come here tomorrow or they can come back in 3 months. Like, I know there's one guy, Tomix. If you're watching this, it's good to see you, Tomix. I thought he left because I haven't heard from him in like 3 or 4 months. But I haven't seen him in the comments in like 3 or 4 months. And I don't go through my subscriptions to see if certain people are subscribed or not because I think that's a little bit creepy. But I thought he unsubscribed. And it turns out he didn't. He commented on the thing yesterday. And I was like, oh, shoot, it's good to see you. And that's kind of the feeling that I want to provide and that I want to really like focus on as part of the community. I want to be able to have that focus on, oh, somebody goes for a few months because they just kind of burn out on Monster Hunter or they just want to like focus on another content creator or just certain aspects of their life. But then they can still come back and be like, oh, hey, dude, I haven't seen you in a few months. How are you doing? And it's like nothing's really changed. It's not even that change itself is what bothers me. It's just coming back and then somebody seeing you as a different person and just not being able to relate to you anymore or just understand who you are or what exactly happens. I feel like I have changed as a person a lot in the last 10 years. Some of it for the worse, and some of it for the better. But at the same time, I am still the naive do-gooder, goody two-shoes or whatever that I was 10 years ago. And that's a part of myself that I never want to change. And I guess it's like those core aspects of me being me and people in the community being people in the community. Just everybody knowing they can come in and talk to me the same way, today that they did whenever I started my channel like 8 or 9 months ago. I want people to be able to come in and just act like nothing really changed, and we can just continue on a conversation we started months and months or years and years ago. And it's that kind of feeling that I really like. That is something that has genuinely provided me some joy in life. I have talked with people for the first time in multiple years, and it's like nothing really changed. And it felt nice, just being able to catch up on old times and see how we're doing. And it is kind of that interpersonal aspect that I really want to highlight. Yes, it's nice being able to get stuff off my chest and just complain into the void when it feels like nobody's going to listen anyways, or that nothing can really be done about it anyways. It is nice to just get stuff off my chest, but I also want to make it clear that I just want to be me, and I want to be able to be me in 10 years, the same me that I am today. Even if I've changed, I want the core aspects and, the values and the morals to all be the same. And I want people to be able to feel like they can, come and join the live streams or chat in the comment sections and act like nothing really changed. Because if that does happen, then it's just a nice feeling in general, and it's something that I feel like a lot of content creators don't provide. And I feel like that's something that, obviously there's the whole me being kind of an emotionally immature person, so it's really hard for me to just be constantly professional all the time without it feeling fake or draining. But at the same time, I also feel like it's nice just in the aspect of being able to be who I am, the same person I am today as I was yesterday, and being able to like having knowing that people can see the videos where I genuinely talk with the community, and then come back years later and they can be like, yeah, that's the same exact person. I like who I am today. Maybe not where I'm at financially or just in terms of, amenities or livelihood or whatever else. But as a person, I do like who I am. I always want to do the right thing, always want to learn and, gain more knowledge, always want to do good and do right by other people. And I always want to be able to, work hard, do what I can to just get stuff done. And if I can maintain that about myself, then I never want to change outside of that. As long as I still have those core beliefs and values and everything else. And also just not really caring as much what people think about me and what people say about me. It is what it is, and I appreciate with myself that I can just accept that and move on. But yeah, I think that's everything around that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to call it right here. Thank everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below on what you think of my channel. I don't know, maybe give me some tips on how you'd like for me to improve the channel or just make it better in general. And if you want to see more content, if you want to see me yap some more, then yeah, subscribe. If you want to join a group, a whole bunch of people who love Monster Hunter, lots of content creators, lots of people in the community, just amazing, amazing people. Check out my Discord linked in the description below. And if you want to see, if you want to support the future of the channel, check out my Patreon linked in the description below, or become a member on YouTube. You can support for only $1 a month. Yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye now.